Bend me a horror scene, a time storm, a pile up, exterminated, calculated, ricochets my bullet, get louder, get higher, get true to form behemoth, verify storm of the eye to detonate the fusion, get it!
Okay, Kyokusho here. I decided to start with that this time because, one, I don't normally sing before I do a commentary on the same exact thing. And I thought it would get me in the mood, sort of set what I was going to talk about, which, unfortunately, I have no clue what I'm going to talk about. I went to a Magic pre-release recently, and for the people who play Magic, or people who know what Magic is, it's a really big thing to go to a pre-release event where you get the cards a week before they're released. If you're lucky enough, you pull a $100 card that on release night is worth maybe $20 more if you can find the right person. But I went to this event, and I made sure to show up early. The event starts at midnight on Friday if you go to the very beginning of the event, which I went to because I suffer from social anxiety, and usually the day after, there's twice as many people, and I just didn't want to deal with that. But I show up, I walk in, a girl I went to college with, she works at this store and everything, and I went up, I paid, I signed my name on the sheet, letting them know that I was signing into it. I went, I sat down, I started playing some Commander, EDH, Elder Dragon, whatever you guys might call it. But after about an hour, I got called up to the counter because I forgot to tell them which color box I wanted for this given event, and it turns out they never wrote down that I paid. And I understand it's not that big of a deal. I could have had them look up the history, whatever, but for someone who has anxiety, it's near the end of the month, so my funds were really low. I get paid on the first, and it just, of all things to go wrong, it was this one. After a little talking and everything, my friend remembered that I had in fact paid because I was able to recount everything that happened at that time. So everything was squared away. It's kind of a spook, but after I did all that, I went back to hanging out, trading, talking with my friends, and then the event started, and I went through the stuff that I got. I got a few good cards, but I didn't get anything phenomenal, so unfortunately I lost round one, and it's like 1 a.m. The first match is normally what tells you whether or not you're gonna go far, because you get a set amount of cards. The deck limit's lower, but when you play against someone, they claim that they have crap, and they drop one of the high expensive cards, like $20 card, that you just can't compete with. It's one of those things. But all in all, I had fun because my brother actually showed up, and I haven't seen him there for a while. And I got to sit down after I had dropped out, and we played a few games of Commander, chatted, talked about how things were going. And it's nice because there was a period of time when every time we get together, he seemed like he had something on his shoulder that was just eating at him, and it's gone. It's nice to see that he's got that good mood. And I've noticed a lot of people sometimes get into this funk stage where you can tell something's wrong, but you don't know what it is. And when it comes to my brother, it took me a long time to get to the point where I could tell that something was bugging him. And I sort of know what it was, but I just stepped back for a while, and it all worked itself out. Anyways, I'm going to cut this short because the video's not that long. Anywho, Kyokusho signing off. Remember, comment, rate, subscribe.